Hello and welcome back to the Hardworking Man podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Heath. Thanks for tuning in.
You're supposed to talk. Hello and welcome back to the Hardworking Man podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Heath. And I don't know, I know it's different in different areas of the world, but right now trying to mow the lawn is almost impossible here in Michigan because it's still so muddy, but the grass is growing like crazy. It's like a hayfield. But everywhere you go, zero-turn lawnmowers are stuck. You just see them stuck in ditches, in yards, people trying to pull them out, people trying to push them out. And when you can mow, you leave mud tracks through the yard. It's just like the impossible time of year to have anything looking decent.
Yeah, I said we had a company that has an electric little round lawnmower reach out to us.
Like a Roomba, but for your lawn.
Yeah, like the vacuums that like home your house and then go back to their little station but for lawn. And I was like, we should get one of those. Those are pretty lightweight, but we have way too much lawn for that to actually
it would never make it through our yard. That thing would be stuck instantly.
But I said that's about the only thing that might be able to go through because it's so lightweight compared to those heavy lawnmowers.
And we're at the point now, like I'm trying to mow the lawn, but it's so long you can't just mow it. So I got the leaf vac behind it, but then clipping up the grass, it gets so heavy, and it's just like a recipe for disaster. I only got stuck once, which is actually twice. I got stuck twice so far this spring, but I've only mowed probably 3/4 of the yard because I've had to stay out of the rest of it because else I'd have been stuck 20 times by now.
Yeah, we usually can't ever mow behind the pond for
quite
a while.
I've tried that. That's not going to happen for quite a while.
But it grows so fast. All the weeds have taken over my flower garden. I have not had a chance to get out there and get things weeded yet. I'm very jealous of people that live in southern climates where you've had nice weather for a while. You have flowers you can plant. You're not like at risk for frost. I think we might have just got rid of our frost risk. Who knows? It might snow again.
Yeah, you never know. I think, though, like, maybe long grass and weeds should be the next trend because we would crush that.
I mean, people do make, like, tea out of dandelions, so...
Make wine out of it, too. Maybe then we wouldn't think the yard looked so bad.
There really isn't that many dandelions in our yard. They're taking over my flower garden.
Yeah, that flower garden, I almost feel like just turning it into grass.
No. One year, he thought he was being really helpful and, like, mowed it all down or burned it or something. All it did was just make it grow and way thicker.
Well, because in habitat work, when you get a bunch of thatch and stuff like that, you burn it off and then it lets everything regenerate. Well, everything regenerated, mainly the weeds.
Mainly the weeds.
It's been out of control ever since.
Yes. I was like, well, that was very unhelpful.
I tried to help, though. It was worth a shot, right?
Yeah, I am itching to get out there, though. It's just a lot of work. And
so much going on right now, like always. But we just got back from the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria. That was a lot of fun. If you don't know what that is, check out K&L Firewood. Mike puts on an event. This is the second year, and it was probably, I would say, twice as big this year.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of YouTube channels, YouTube fans, splitter companies this year, going down to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Campground and just splitting a year's worth of wood in one day. Bucking and splitting. He gets all the wood donated from like tree services and other ways that he can get it. And then we all show up, buck this wood up, split it up, and put it in their barn for them to sell to support the campground for the year. And it was a lot of fun. Decent weather, little short storms blew through. We camped in a tent, which everyone thought we were crazy because there were some pretty big thunderstorms, high winds,
in the middle of
rains.
The night. Woke me up with all like the loud thunder and the lightning and the wind. I was like, don't blow me away.
We got a Kodiak canvas tent, and that thing's legit. Like, it did not leak a drop.
No.
Like, didn't blow away, didn't tear, nothing. Like, we were good. I didn't want to set up in the rain. I didn't want to take down in the rain, and we didn't have to, so that was cool.
I was very toasty and cozy in there. I was concerned that I wouldn't be, but I was, so.
Yeah, everyone else that was going to camp in a tent decided to get hotels, but not us. We went for it.
Heath was like, you're all fake wood people. None of you. None of you camp. Are you kidding me? You're all imposters. What makes you?
And then we do a raffle. Like we brought a package to donate. Dinah donated some stuff. A bunch of companies and YouTube creators donate stuff for this raffle, and you buy raffle tickets. And they were like, "Hey, can you call out the numbers? The winning numbers. You're really loud, so there's no mic or anything." So I'm like, "Yeah, I'll call out the numbers. I never win anyways." Literally, the first number called was mine, and I won.
I'm
so then I had
behind
to
him
go pick a
shouting.
prize.
I'm like, "That's us. We won," and he didn't know it was me.
I ended up winning 3 times, which was, they're like, "Oh, I thought you said you never win." I'm like, "I don't," but I forgot I did win an axe at Brad's at the Firewood at the Furnace get together. So that was cool. But overall, I don't win a lot. So I guess I can no longer say I never win, because now I've won twice out of the last 2 events I was at. So.
Well, you don't win the $1 million scratch-offs or anything.
I tried that.
You definitely were the loudest one in the room, though, so that was a good call to have you read off.
Yeah, Shab tried to take over when I was picking my prize, but Rachel said he wasn't as clear as me. He was probably as loud, though. Shab's a loud guy, too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like somebody else was like, "Get Heath back out there," or something.
I think you hurt Don's feelings when you told him.
He was like, "Why am I not good enough?" I was like, "You are. Heath is just extra."
I am loud. It's because I can't hear, I think, so I'm loud. I have a demanding voice or a commanding voice.
Demanding.
Both, I think. It depends who I'm talking to.
Right. But no, I think last year there was about 6 splitters we figured out that were there splitting the wood all day. And this year there were...
Oh my gosh. We had a firewood processor there and probably at least 12 splitters. So we did about the same amount of wood, and we didn't have as nice a wood to work with. Last year there was a lot of nice ash, straight poles, nice pieces. And we did it last year. We worked like 9 in the morning till 9 at night with probably a 1-hour lunch break. And this year we started a little after 9, still had the 1-hour lunch break, and it was wrapped up by 3. It was so much more relaxing this year. And next year will probably be even bigger, because there were some new people there. Timber Cutter Patriot was there. He gave me this koozie. Boom, baby. He's big on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And getting into YouTube and Facebook and stuff. But he was there. Joe's Premium Firewood. First event he ever went to. He was there. He had a lot of fun. Wolf Ridge and the guys were there. Easton Made had representatives there. It was just a good time. So many channels. A lot of the channels that were there last year, I think almost everyone came back, but then new channels came. One guy drove from Oregon, which is crazy.
Yes, he did.
Oregon. Not Oregon. It didn't go anywhere. That's what I get told.
Oregon didn't gone anywhere. Yes, that's funny. You would say it wrong or different.
I say everything wrong. I don't even talk English.
Yeah, that guy, he traveled in a Prius with a trailer, and he made the 80-hour.
It took him 80 hours. He didn't take an expressway the whole way. He took back roads, just enjoying the trip.
Just enjoying it.
Brought some cool saws, bucking up wood the whole time. He was working, so.
Yeah, no, he was in our video, I think. There was a lot of people in our videos.
We didn't do a lot of filming. We were mostly just working, hanging out, meeting people, talking.
Yeah, it was a lot more we got to be a lot more social this time. Last time we just worked till we were dead, and this time I said, I'm not doing that again, and I didn't.
Then we went out to dinner, and apparently I was loud at dinner too, so there was a group of 8 of us? 8, 9 of us?
10.
10 of us.
There was 8, and then
Shive and his cousin showed up. They were a little behind, but I was able to secure the table next to us as some people were leaving, so we just took it over.
Just sit there, as if he doesn't understand how it works in restaurants.
I know how it works, but if you do stuff, they let you do it.
They just seat people.
Act like you know what you're doing.
Well, you tried the one, and then they were seating a family or a couple there, literally as they were trying to sit down.
Right, but then the next table, these people were leaving, so I said, just take that table. It hasn't been given to anyone yet. It was the end of the night,
so you were able to do that.
So we took that table over, but then the table that was behind us, they didn't appreciate how much fun we were having.
No, they
apparently.
did not. They did not enjoy the noise.
They took their plates and left and went and sat somewhere else.
Carrying their plate out. I was like, that lady is not happy. I saw her talking to the waitress in the restaurant away from us, and I was like watching the whole thing, and then they all carried their plates out, and I'm like, they all left because of us. And everyone was like, no, not us, we didn't do that. And I'm like, ask that waitress. And yep, that's exactly it. And then they gave her a bad tip. So,
But we made up for that.
Yes.
I told Don Scheib, I was like, Scheib, give me $20. So we grabbed it, gave it to her. Then our waitress was like, I got a baby at home. So I was like, Scheib, give me $40. And I was just handing Don's money out like candy.
You're like, I need more money.
He's like, how much money is this dinner going to cost me? So when he does his live, I'm going to have to hit him up with some super chats for taking care of those ladies for us.
I don't think anybody understood what they were getting into going out for dinner with Heath.
No, I have a lot of fun wherever I go. I don't care what people think. Like, go out there, have a good time, make people laugh, make people smile. That's what it's all about.
It's definitely an experience. It doesn't do that. He doesn't do that when we're with just the kids, thank goodness. Or they probably would never go anywhere with us.
They say I'm cringe. Yeah, right.
But yeah, that was a good time. And then I just got back from a trip. I went and picked up our daughter from school down in Florida. So I flew in, and then we packed up her stuff. I made sure to get a beach day in there.
Yeah, you had what, 1.5 beach days or just one?
No, we just went the one day. And then
drove back.
Then we drove back.
Stopped in Tennessee for a couple hours.
I stopped at I have a friend who moved on to Tennessee in December, and so I was like, perfect. It's about halfway, and I had to get a house listed, so I had to get on some internet. So I was like, perfect. I'll stop in at your house in the morning. We got there about 6:30 in the morning on Thursday. Got my work done, had coffee, chatted with her for a little bit, and then took maybe like a 45-minute hour. I don't even think I slept for an hour. And then we had to hit the road because we wanted to be home before midnight because I had to get up to bring Zach to school the next day. So
because I was at work. She got home. I left for work before you got home. You got
Yeah.
home a little bit after I was at work, and that's tiring. Like, driving 24 hours is tiring.
And I don't know if
it was
I've
a little more than
recovered yet.
24 with the stop, but you get, like, it's just can wear you out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with the van, it's nice because we can take the nap, sleep on the cot in the back. But in a little car, a
No.
Chevy Impala, like, that's
There's-
a long trip. That's a lot of time in the car.
yeah, there wasn't like a lot of room to stretch out. And we had our cat with us, which we didn't have to carry on our lap like we did the last time. So that made it a little nicer, but it's just long. We didn't hit any rain, which is always what happens. Except, no, wait, never mind. We did
No,
hit
you
rain.
told me you drove through the
I
craziest
know.
storm you ever drove through.
I was gonna say we didn't hit any rain till we got to Detroit. That's a lie.
Driving in the rain at night's one of the worst.
We hit rain in Florida. Well, and it was at night. We left at 8 p.m., so we drove all through the night. But it was like I saw lightning in the distance, and I was thinking, "Oh no, it's gonna come. It's gonna get us." And then it was the worst. I felt like I was in the middle of a flood. Like I was in a puddle of water. It was so much rain, and thankfully it didn't last too long.
Then you stopped at the gas station because you had a low tire, and you were like doing talking, and then it started raining again.
I'm like,
You're
"Oh,
like,
no.
oh no, is it catching
We gotta
us?"
go.
Because when we went down to Missouri about 2 years ago, on the way back, we were just in a cell of a thunderstorm that literally just followed us the whole way back.
That was terrible.
We'd just get out of it, and then we'd have to stop for gas or something, and it would catch us, or
Yes.
stop for food, and it would catch us again, and it was just. It literally, we watched the radar, and it just followed us the whole way home. So she was worried that that's what was going to happen to her.
No, and then it wasn't until we got to Detroit. It was like midnight coming through Detroit. Thankfully, there wasn't any traffic then, but it was under construction, so there weren't really any lines.
Everything
There was
under
like
construction.
nothing to know. There was supposed to be 3 lanes, I think, and just the rain was pouring down. And I was like, Megan, I can't even see. I'm like leaning as far as I can. We're both trying. I'm like, am I in a lane? I don't know. I think that's a white line here and there, and it was interesting.
Yeah, it's tough. I hate because when that road gets wet, if they don't have the reflective paint on the road, it's impossible to see. For me, I have astigmatism, so any lights are like starbursts. Like, it just makes everything tough to see.
Yeah, but we made it, and I don't want to do that again, but I get to do it again in August. So
Yeah, take her back down.
yeah.
So Megan's home. Our oldest boy, Joe, he'll be home here later tonight, and we're going to have a full house again.
We'll have a
All
full
6 of us
house.
back under one roof. Both kids home for the summer from college, and hopefully landing some jobs and getting some work done to start getting ready to pay for next year's.
Right. I don't know how we're gonna survive this groceries.
Oh my gosh. I hope they buy their own food.
I mean, arguably Joe doesn't eat that much at home because he works for delivering pizza, and so he will eat at work or bring pizza home, or something. So he really
Megan's
doesn't.
trying to get a job as a server, so maybe she can. We need them to start bringing us food home. Right. It's time the tables turn. It's time for the kids to start feeding this family. We've carried them long enough.
I mean, shoot, I'd be happy if they just like made the dinner. And for me, they feed themselves a lot.
There's surely nothing to eat in this house, though.
No, there's.
I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to eat?
What am I supposed to do? There's nothing.
We could go spend $500 on groceries, and our youngest will be like, "There's nothing to eat. All I could find was a scoop of cookie dough."
The bread's in the freezer. How am I supposed to eat anything?
There was literally ribeye steaks in the fridge and eggs and everything you could ask for, and all he could find was a scoop of cookie dough. We're surprised the kid's still alive.
Well, there was no milk, so he couldn't have cereal. So.
Oh, well, then in that case.
And the bread was frozen, so there's
I'm surprised somebody
no
doesn't come and take him away from us at this point, the poor kid.
I'm like, you see me? I'm not going without. We have plenty of food around here, kid. I figure it out.
It's like, 5 loaves of fresh baked banana bread in there right now.
Yes, well, I had to. The bananas were brown, and they needed to be made into something.
But I didn't think there was anything to eat. You would think they could have ate the fresh bananas.
No, remember last time I made banana bread, he was like, he ate it one morning for breakfast, and the next morning he was mad. He was like, what, am I supposed to eat this every single day?
I had it the last 3 days in a row. Like, she literally made it the day before.
I was like, I don't see a problem with that. I would eat banana bread every day.
Banana bread every day. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes, I agree. I made it with blueberries in 2 of the loaves this time.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, I'm not going to eat any of this because I'm trying to slim down a little bit. You know, summer's coming and soon I'll be out there, you know, swinging axes with no shirt on for the ladies at Instagram. And then I'm holding the thing and she's dumping the banana bread into the pans, and then she does half with blueberries, and then she puts a brown sugar crumble on top. And I'm like, what do you want from me? Like, I don't know. I guess it's a good thing I own the Hardworking Man Shirt Company. I can go up a size.
Right.
Which, if you want any Hardworking Man swag, people mention about the hats and the shirts, and we got the stickers. Rachel created a website by herself, never done it before, figured it out, and I think it's pretty sweet. Hardworkingmanoutdoors.com. Check it out. There's information on there, links to some of our videos. Click on the little 3 lines on the top left and click shop, and that's where you can buy the stuff. And we're going to have products other than shirts, hats, and stickers. We got a pretty cool idea coming up that I think a lot of people are going to like, and you might want to order one. So that's where they're going to be. All the stuff, if we create to sell, we're going to be putting it on there. So I've got some big plans for some equipment even. So we'll see. I have never really come through on some of my ideas, and I come up with ideas.
He's an inventor.
Like, I literally, something that was just released, I'm not going to say what it was, but it was just now released by a superstar as their creation, their invention, and it sells out instantly when they release it. Rachel will vouch for me, I came up with this idea 26 years ago when I was in college. 25 years ago, I came up with this idea, and it's now like the biggest thing, selling out like crazy. So I just need to take what I think of, and this isn't the first thing that's happened to. This is probably on the biggest scale, but like, I think of this stuff and I don't do anything with it, and I just need to do something with it one time. Yeah. But one of the things is a tool, a piece of equipment for firewood, and I think it will be a big hit. And I think the means to get it made, I just need to do it. I need to get off my butt and do it instead of just think about it.
Right. Instead of being like, I'm too busy. Like, just...
I can always make excuses because I think it's my non-fail mechanism. If you don't do it, you don't fail.
Yeah, I'm really good at making excuses.
Safety mechanism.
You got to have somebody to hold you accountable, I think.
I like to come up with the ideas, and then I'm looking for like a spouse or a partner or a wife that will take them and run and make me successful.
He likes to delegate. We're just working on making our own.
Lead her to water.
Doctor's appointment.
And get her to drink it. I know. I made a doctor appointment today, and she jumped on and made her own after she wanted me to make hers.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna happen. She refuses to make mine, and she wanted me to make her one.
The lady, why would I? You're like, hold on, my wife needs to talk.
I don't know when your appointment. You made it on the wrong day, and you were like requesting a special doctor and all this stuff. I didn't know any of that. I would have messed the whole thing up. You'd have got a bad doctor like I ended up booking myself. So we have a friend who works at this doctor's office, and she told Rachel, like, get this doctor or this doctor. Well,
Yeah.
Rachel just let me go in blind, and
Well,
I got
didn't
assigned a
realize.
random doctor.
I had to like go back through my text and be like, does she work at that office? And
It's
I was
just
like,
a
yeah.
dermatology office because I got a spot on my foot that, according to the internet, could be skin cancer.
Could be skin cancer.
And normally I'd just be like, whatever. But you know what? I'm getting to the age I need to start taking care of myself. I've got some other
melanoma
stuff.
is nothing you want to mess around with. Somebody just died, or locally, some young girl was like 39
skin
years
cancer.
old and died of skin cancer. So
Got the diagnosis, and what was it, like, not long?
No, a couple months, I think. It was not long at all.
I don't even think it was a few months. Like, it was crazy fast.
Right, so get your skin checked, which is what I'm doing, is getting, because I have a lot of moles. Like, genetically, that's a dominant gene to have moles all over my body. And I just gotta get them checked to make sure they're not turning weird. And then there's a couple that I just don't like, I'd like removed, so.
But my thing, I just got a red spot on the side of my heel, and I figured I hit myself, I got a little bruise, whatever. Like,
yeah.
And it was weird because it just popped up like a month or two ago, and it never went away. But I never looked at it close because I wasn't worried about it. I don't worry about a whole lot. And I actually told Rachel about it a little bit ago, and I was like, hey, I got this red spot on the side of my heel. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, if I hit it or it doesn't hurt or anything. And neither one of us thought anything of it. And we were sitting there watching TV last night, and I said something about it, and she's like, let me see it.
I looked at it.
Oh, yeah, she saw it, and she's like, what is that?
I said, what's that red spot?
She's like, why didn't you say anything? I'm like, I did. I told you about it the other day.
Well,
like,
then he touched it, and he's like, it itches. And
yeah,
I was
it never bothered me before, and then I
like, I don't
touched it,
know.
and it sort of itched, and she looked at it and pulled
like,
up pictures on her phone, and it's like spot on.
I was like, that's
to
like
what melanoma can be. So
basal
hopefully
cell
it's
melanoma.
not.
I was like, that's what that looks like, which is weird that you would, if you had it on your foot.
Right, because my foot ain't in the sun,
Because
which they say it comes from the sun. But
your foot's really rarely. But
It
I
also-
have heard that like the bottom of your foot, people get skin cancer on the bottom of their feet more than like anywhere else, or the backs of their legs. The bottom of their feet, backs of their legs.
But it also, the jet fuel I worked with in the military causes this stuff. So that's what made me think, like, because I got some other issues dealing with that. And so I was like, man, maybe it's from that, because I worked with that stuff a lot. And they say limited short time exposure can cause issues. And that was literally my job. But the weird thing is, and what probably helped, because I was going to get it checked out, but I don't always, like when I thought I had sleep apnea, because Rachel would think I was dead when she came to bed, or I'd stop breathing forever, or I was always tired. Like, it took me a few years to finally go to a doctor for it. I was just like, whatever, it is what it is, it'll be fine. I didn't realize how serious it was. But then this happened, and I'm like, and that thing just happened the other day with a local person where they got skin cancer and ended up passing away, unfortunately, very quickly. And so I was like, I should probably get this checked out. Well, then today, I literally got an email for Melanoma Monday from the dermatologist that I went to before, because I had a little spot on my nose that I had to get removed. And I was like, you know what? I better just call him right now. Well, I'm thinking about it, because it only takes me half a second to get distracted and start doing something else. So I called him like a big boy, made my own appointment, and then Rachel made one as well. So hopefully it's nothing. I don't want to lose a foot or anything.
I don't think you would lose a foot.
Be hopping around, but hopefully it's just a dry patch of skin or something. But it's weird because I've never had it, and I don't know. I just thought it was a bruise or whatever.
Well, it's worth it. Just get it checked out just to be safe.
All right, well, I think that's about it for this episode. But I guess maybe if you got something you need to get checked out, get it checked out. Don't be like me. Don't ignore it for too long, because it can cost you in the long run. And it's not worth it, man. A couple hours out of your day, a trip to the doctor, it is what it is. You hear these stories. I've worked with a few people, unfortunately, lately that have found out stuff that they either ignored or tried to figure out, and they couldn't figure it out right away, and it ended up being worse in the long run. So hopefully I'm doing the right thing. Hopefully it's nothing. I'm not really worried about it, because I don't worry about a whole lot, but we'll get that checked out in a couple days. And other than that, we're just going to keep working. Hopefully maybe get the lawn mowed. Another little patch here, a little patch there.
I know, we have to get up and get some wood pulled from up in
Up
Croswell.
at the property, yeah.
I'm a little worried about the mud up there.
It's going to be muddy, but man, I just drive down the road and I see fresh ash trees down, and you got to get on them, because it's ready to burn. It's ready to go. I got orders
Yeah.
coming in. Roadside stands are selling, picking up,
Yeah, we gotta
camping.
get those
People outside
going.
burning fires. Like, I got all that out, but that's going to be a year, 2 years out before it's ready to go. So we got to get some ready to go stuff. More and more people are contacting me and, coming back because they bought good wood and make a quality product, sell it at a fair price, even though I'm higher than a lot. People that buy it
Yeah.
appreciate it and they love it. So I gotta have more ready to go, or we're gonna be out before we were out last year. And I don't like running out. I like being right at that, getting the premium dollar for it, having enough to sell, not having a huge surplus. But running out means you didn't make enough, or you're selling too cheap. And I don't know anyone in this area that sells for a higher price than me, so I don't want to raise my prices again just yet.
No, you're good.
So. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Check out the website, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye, everybody.